Welcome to eTeacher Pakistan webinar series. The eTeacher Pakistan webinar series is an initiative of the eTeacher Plus for Pakistan program. This program provides professional development opportunities to English language teachers and learners across the country. These opportunities are provided through global online courses, massive open online courses, webinar series, and then engaging the alumni into many alumni engagement activities. The program is fully funded by the Regional English Language Office at the US Embassy Islamabad. In Pakistan, it is implemented by Evolution. If you wish to stay updated about the announcements of the eTeacher program, please follow Relo Pakistan on Facebook. You can also subscribe to their YouTube channel. If you wish to gain more insight about the specific components of the eTeacher program, please visit www.evolution.com.pk/eteacher. Today, as a part of eTeacher Pakistan webinar series 3.6, we will be presenting on vocabulary activities. To present on this topic, we have with us today Imran Khan Kalhoro. Imran Khan is a secondary school teacher at Government English Medium Model High School in Larkana. He has been teaching to a wide levels of students for the last 10 years. He has his master's in education with the majors in curriculum development. He is perceived as a very passionate teacher and very committed towards his own professional development growth. Recently, he became alumni of the eTeacher program, where he completed a global online course on content-based instruction from World Learning. The program was sponsored by Ralo Pakistan. Currently, he is enrolled into TESOL methodology MOOC, which helps him to understand more insight about how to become a better English language teacher. We are very much proud of Imran, of how he has been cascading his learning from the online courses with others. So today, Imran is going to explore some vocabulary activities that you can do in your English language classrooms, making it more interactive, engaging, and interesting for your students. In addition to that, he will be telling you some digital tools through which you can develop your own vocabulary activities. So without any delay, I'm going to welcome Imran to begin the webinar.
Hello everybody, how are you all? I hope you all are well and taking good care of your health. Thank you, Relo, for this wonderful opportunity where we are sharing our experiences that we have been going through during these teaching hours in our classrooms and our schools. Today here I am to discuss with you some vocabulary activities and some online resources that are useful for designing these vocabulary activities. As our schools have reopened and now we are back to our classrooms, we have to engage our students into the vocabulary activities. So let's get started to our topic. Well, before going into the each and every vocabulary activity that I have selected for you, I would like to first of all describe some basic principles in vocabulary activities. The first and the foremost aspect that you should keep in mind while designing any vocabulary activity is that the vocabulary activity should be repetitive. The words or the vocabulary you have taught to your students should be repeated in those vocabulary activities so that they can get more and more practice in the real time. The second thing that you should keep in mind is that all the vocabulary activities should be hands-on. This means that they should be practical. You should present your students with the real life scenarios while designing an activity, a vocabulary activity, so that whenever they get interaction with others, whenever they face these situations, they should know how to use the vocabulary, how to pronounce it, how to use it in a common connotation or sense. The third thing that should be kept in mind is that the vocabulary activities should progress from simple to the complex. When you are repeating the words again and again, the children will naturally get bored. In order to avoid this boredom, you should design your activity in the way that the first you present to them very simple words, and later in the later stages you present very complex and very difficult vocabulary. The fourth and the foremost, fourth and the last thing that should be kept in mind is that your vocabulary activities should always focus on all the four skills of language. That is listening, writing, reading, and speaking. In this way, you could make your vocabulary very proactive. So now we are going to explore some ideas that I've chosen for you in order for you to designing, for you to carry on these vocabulary activities in your own classrooms. Now, first of all, I would like to share with you some spot the vocabulary activity. This is a visual activity. For this activity, the children will not only use their memory, but also they will use their visual capabilities. The second thing that is it is helpful to making the students read and memorize the vocabulary they have just learned. The third thing that is this activity has the suspense aspect at the beginning. At the start, you give your students a sense of suspense. And this activity works particularly well with the beginners, but it can also be used with the middle and higher students. So now I'll tell you how the this vocabulary works. First of all, you have to choose or select any picture. As I've shown some pictures on the right side of the screen, you can see there are pictures of furniture, there are pictures of food items. You can choose any of the pictures related to your lesson. When you have choosing this picture, then you have to show the picture, but not in the front view, but it's a rear view to the students, and ask them what do the students think that they are going to see in this picture, and they will have to guess something. Next, you show them the picture for only 2 seconds, for very little, for very little duration. Then, in the next step, you show the picture to the students, not not completely, but while walking. You walk through the students, and the students, some of the students get highlights, or some of the students get glimpses while you walk during among these students. Then thirdly, you ask the students to whatever they have seen, to write those words or those items or the names of those items they have just seen in the pictures on their copies. Then you fix these pictures on the wall and ask the students to compare the actual picture with their lists. And in this way, they can rectify themselves that whatever they had seen, was it correct or not. The second activity that should be, that is word association recitation. This is, as the word suggests, it forms an association between words and provides an opportunity for the students to pronounce them. It is it is helpful for memorizing and appropriately pronouncing the words learned. It is, as I said earlier, that the vocabulary activities should always focus not only on the reading and writing skills, but should also provide an opportunity for speaking and speaking and listening skills also. So this is going to be very helpful for making the students aware of some speaking skills. It is very easy, and it does not need any kind of preparation. As in the earlier activity, you had to prepare some pictures before executing this activity, but here you do not have to prepare anything in advance. And this activity is also helpful with the beginning students as well as with the older students. The activity works by the following steps. First of all, you write some word on the blackboard. Then you ask the students to suggest any other words they come up in which come up in their minds. For example, if you write sun, they might be thinking about the sun, that it is round, that it is bright, it is opposite to the moon, or anything else related to the sun. You write all the suggested words on the board by forming an association with the sun. As you can see here in the picture that there are so many, plenty of expressions are plenty of words are related to the central world. You can write such kind of wave, you can say such kind of, you can say, thread of the words on the blackboard. When they have written enough words, you have enough words for the number of words uh, you can keep in mind that the students should not be overloaded with the words, because when they are seeing so many words, they get bored and they get overloaded. So you have to keep in mind the number of students and the number of words. Each student can memorize only 7 words at a time, but you do not have to overload the students. So you have to make it very easy for the students and keep, the list as short as possible. Then what you have to do, you have to ask every student, ask your students to remember at least one word from the list. Each student will remember any one of the list. Then when they have remembered this word or memorized this word, you give them some space, and after that you ask each and every, you point out to the each and every word on the blackboard, and ask the student who have remembered that word. That student should raise their hands. Then, when every word has been done with this in this manner, you erase those words and replace the words with the circles or the squares as you like it. In the next stage, you point out to the squares or the circles, and ask the students who have remembered their word, and ask the students to pronounce it loudly, so that every student could listen to them. When you have done this one by one and all the words have been recited and pronounced appropriately, you continue this until whole the class remembers all these words. And you will see that when the activity progresses, many students will not only learn their own word, but they will also learn all the other words that are written on the board. And in this way, the activity continues until whole the class makes a single noise that these words are remembered for them. So this is what I had myself done. This activity was executed by me in my class. You can see in the first picture that I have written. I have formed an association of the words, several words you can see on the blackboard. And in the second picture, I have erased these words and replaced the words with the circles. And I have myself seen that all the students remember all these words at the end of the activity. The third activity is adopt a word. Adopt a word is an activity where it is helpful mm, in motivating the students to direct their own learning with respect to vocabulary. The students get motivated. The students get directed towards their own learning with this activity. They choose their own sort of vocabulary they want to learn. It familiarizes the students with their study skills, with the research, and as well as the dictionary skills. It is very useful at the beginning. It is done. It started at the beginning of the term or the semester or the year or the school year, and it continues till the end. And this is this is very useful for the students at the higher level. You cannot do it at the beginning level, because the small children are not quite able, not quite familiarized with the uh, dictionary as well as the research skills, how to find out the words and make all the research of this word. So you can give this activity to the higher students. So how does it work? First of all, you prepare that a form for the distribution of the word, distribution to the students. I have made in my classroom the form that is shown on the right side. You can see there is a word, there is a meaning, there is a part of a speech, and there is a sentence. You can add your own aspect of vocabulary as you like it or according to your own needs. You distribute these forms to every student at the beginning of the semester or the term. Then what you do, you ask the students to go home or to do some research on their own words. They choose their own word, they define the meaning, they describe the part of the speech, and they use that word in your own sentence. When they have completed a word, you then the students come in front of all the class on the dais and have a small presentation about this word they have remembered or they have adopted. They tell other students that they have adopted this word, this is the meaning of that word, and the part of the speech of this word is that, and this is how it is used in a sentence. When they have completed the presentation, you ask the students to write that word on the word wall. In this way, you can make plenty of words on the word wall, and the resource or the reservoir of the words becomes increasingly bigger and bigger day by day, because every student will obviously learn, every student will obviously present some word every day, and every day some words will be written on the word wall, and the resource or the reservoir of the vocabulary increases day by day. The word wall is very helpful in writing activities. For example, when the students are given some homework or assignments to go through and to go through about reading something, reading articles or writing something, they can look into the word file and use those words they cannot find other anywhere else, and can help them in memorizing what the word is used for, what is the meaning of the part of a speech of that word. So in this way, this activity continues for the whole year, or the whole term, or the whole semester. In order to make it more exciting, you can announce that the person who have researched more and more words, or who have donated, who have adopted more and more words, will be given a prize of the best researcher award at the end of the term. So this is how I have designed the forms for my own class. You can see the forms of four students have been shown, and that was the first day. So all the students had written only one word. Later on, in the list of the student goes on and on. And today, in my classroom, I can share that there are more than 4 to 5 presentations every day, and each student may some of the students go on for the words for 2 or 3 or 4 words every day. So this is what the vocabulary does, and it's in the center. You can see that there is a word ball that is shown on in the slide. You can see that some words have been written on the word wall. So in this way, the word wall is also being built. So now it's time to go into another aspect, that is about some online resources for designing vocabulary activities. When you design your vocabulary activities, you may find some online resources that are very useful for designing these activities. So first of all, the online resource that I would like to share with you is a word cloud. What is a word cloud? It is a stack of word that is designed in several shapes and colors. So many words are written in a very arbitrary fashion, and they are given various shapes. You can give the shape of a duck, you can give the shape of a cloud, you can give the shape of a you can say snake or anything else you want. Then the this makes the vocabulary activity hands on. This activity is very funny, and it provides sense of entertainment for the students, because when they see the colors, when they see the different shapes, when they see different words written in the different manner, it becomes very fun, very entertaining for them. And it is a good way for brainstorming the ideas before a topic. Before you start a topic, you can show the word and show the students the word clouds, and they may brainstorm about these words, about the topic. So here the first resource that I have used myself and made the word cloud that is shown on the slide. This is the second word cloud that I've made. It is in the form of a turtle. And this is the third one that I've designed myself. Then this is the concept maps. It is a type of illustration which shows the relationship between various aspects of our ideas. You might be knowing very well that concept maps are written in a branched manner. First, you write some topic, you branch, and then you write the subtopics of that branch of that topic. You write, and in the next session you write some other aspect and give them the branches. So it is helpful for students to organize the concepts and vocabulary. These are useful not only for the language, but they are also useful for other subjects like mathematics, like science. Whenever when you are going to and start a new topic, you can give them before starting. You can give them or you can show them some concept maps, so the students may know what aspects they are going to learn and what headings and subheadings they are going to learn in this topic. This is an online resource that I use to form this concept map. Infographics. Infographics are very attractive and eye-catching way of presenting data. You present the data in a very eye-catching, very interesting manner with infographics. The this includes icons, images, data, and long text or explanations to illustrate facts. This provide relevant information very quickly and clearly. You can go through some sort of topic in a very you can say quick manner and very relevantly by using infographics. And these are used at the end of the topic for reviewing and revising what the students have learned. So this is first source that I used for forming building this infographic. This is the second one, and this is the third one. You can go through all these resources. These are open resources. These are free of cost. They does not need any kind of account or any kind of, you can say, formalities, online formalities for forming these resources. You can go all of these activities and find your own resources there. So that's end from my side. Thank you all of you for listening and watching to me. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, Imran. It was really nice to have your insight on vocabulary, how important it is, and then how you can use digital tools to develop your own vocabulary engaging activities. To the audience, if you have any comments, questions, and/or suggestions, please feel free to write us on eteacher@evolution.com.pk. Until then, we wish you happy teaching and happy learning.